Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with this. One day, you will wake up for the very last time. One day, that alarm clock will ring and you will never open your eyes again. Your story will end. No second chances. No extensions, no extra time. So I ask you right now, how do you want today to count? Do you want today to be another wasted day where you scrolled, procrastinated, and made excuses? Or do you want today to be the day you took control, the day you turned your pain into power, the day you finally decided to live like your life actually mattered? Because let me tell you this, most people are sleepwalking through life. They live as if they've got forever. They live as if tomorrow is promised. They live as if success, money, health, happiness, greatness will just fall into their laps. But reality is brutal. Life doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care that you're tired, broke, stressed, or depressed. The world rewards those who wake up and fight. Discipline is the bridge between who you are right now and who you dream of becoming. It is the silent force that shapes greatness, the weapon that separates the successful from the forgotten. Most people fail in life not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they lack discipline. They are prisoners of their emotions, slaves to comfort, and victims of distraction. Discipline is not about feeling good, it's about doing what is necessary regardless of how you feel. It's waking up early when your body craves sleep, pushing through the workout when your muscles scream to quit, studying when your mind wants entertainment, working when the world chooses laziness. Discipline is choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term pleasure, and that choice is what builds legacies. The truth is, motivation fades. You won't always feel inspired. You won't always feel strong. But discipline doesn't ask you how you feel, it demands action. It is the consistent repetition of habits that forge the strongest character. Every disciplined decision you make builds momentum, and momentum creates unstoppable energy. When you live with discipline, success becomes inevitable because you've removed the randomness of chance and replaced it with structure, focus, and relentless execution. Discipline also builds respect. People may doubt your words, but they cannot ignore your consistency. It commands admiration because it proves you are in control of yourself when most people are controlled by weakness. More than that, discipline builds self-respect. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you grow stronger, more confident, more powerful. At the end of the day, greatness isn't found in one grand act. It is found in the daily disciplined choices repeated over time. Discipline is freedom because when you master yourself, you master your destiny. Legacy is not about money, cars, or the house you leave behind. It is about the imprint of your existence, the impact of your life, the story people will tell when you are gone. One day, your name will be spoken for the last time, and when that day comes, what will they say about you? Will they say you wasted your potential, or will they say you built something that outlived you? Legacy is the echo of your discipline, the shadow of your sacrifices, the proof that you didn't just exist, you mattered. Most people live for comfort, not for legacy. They live for the weekend, for temporary pleasures, for shallow validation. But comfort dies with you. Legacy is eternal. Legacy is built when you choose to suffer for a vision greater than yourself, when you rise every day not just to survive, but to create a life that will inspire others long after you're gone. Legacy is about contribution. It is about taking the gifts you've been given and multiplying them, not burying them. Think about it. Every great name you know, every person you admire, their power comes from the legacy they left. They struggled, they endured, they fought battles you will never see, but because they refused to quit, their names live forever. You have the same opportunity. Right now, in the choices you make today, your legacy is being written. Every disciplined act, every risk you take, every lesson you pass on, every life you touch, it all becomes part of the story that will outlive you. Legacy is not about perfection. It is not about pretending to be flawless. It's about refusing to waste your life. It's about being remembered as someone who showed up when it was hard, someone who stood tall when others bent, someone who gave more than they took. Legacy means living with such purpose that even your struggles inspire others to fight. Ask yourself, if today was your last day, would you be proud of the story you're leaving behind? If the answer is no, then change it. Live with urgency, live with vision. Live with the awareness that every action is a seed, and those seeds will become the garden your children, your community, the world will inherit. Do not leave behind regret. Leave behind proof that you lived with courage, strength, and discipline. Because everything fades, except your legacy. Pain is the greatest teacher you will ever have. It strips away your comfort, it exposes your weakness, and it forces you to face the truth about yourself. Most people run from pain, they numb it, they hide from it, they see it as a curse. But pain is not your enemy, it is your ally. Pain is the fire that forges strength, the storm that builds resilience, the weight that makes you powerful. Without pain, you remain soft, fragile, and ordinary. Every champion you admire, every success story you know, is written in the language of pain. When you lift heavy weights, your muscles tear so they can grow stronger. When you struggle in business, you learn lessons that no book can teach. When your heart is broken, you discover the strength to rebuild yourself. Pain is proof that growth is happening. The problem is, most people quit the moment pain arrives. They mistake temporary discomfort for permanent suffering. They don't realize that pain is not here to destroy them, but to transform them. Understand this. The pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret. Hard work hurts, sacrifice hurts, discipline hurts, but all of it is temporary. Regret, on the other hand, lasts forever. The pain of knowing you could have been more, done more, achieved more, but didn't. That pain is unbearable. And yet, that is the pain most people choose because they run from the pain that could have saved them. Pain sharpens you. Pain humbles you. Pain builds empathy, strength, and hunger. It separates those who wish from those who do. If you can embrace pain, if you can endure it, if you can let it guide you instead of break you, there is nothing you cannot become. Pain is not a sign you're losing. Pain is a sign you're alive, that you are pushing beyond limits, that you are refusing to stay the same. So the next time you feel pain, don't ask why me. Ask, what is this teaching me? Don't hide from it. Don't quit because of it. Walk through it. Because on the other side of pain is growth, strength, freedom, and greatness. Pain is the price of transformation, and those willing to pay it are the ones the world remembers. Greatness is not an accident, and it is never given. It is earned through relentless discipline, sacrifice, and vision. People admire greatness, they speak about it, they dream about it, but few are willing to pay the price it demands. Greatness is expensive. It costs sleep, comfort, and often relationships. It costs you your excuses, your laziness, your weakness. Most people never reach it because they are too attached to comfort and too afraid of struggle. But greatness only reveals itself to those who refuse to settle for average, to those who wake up every day and demand more from themselves. Greatness is not about being better than others. It is about being better than who you were yesterday. It's about setting a standard for yourself that is so high that complacency cannot touch you. It's about walking into every room and knowing you've done the work, you've embraced the pain, you've prepared for the battle. Greatness is not loud, but it cannot be ignored. People recognize it because it radiates from the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you act. The road to greatness is lonely. You will be misunderstood, doubted, criticized. People will try to pull you back because your ambition exposes their lack of it. But you must not bend. You must continue walking the path, because greatness is not meant for everyone. It is reserved for the disciplined few who embrace sacrifice as their way of life. Greatness is also not one single moment of glory. It is the accumulation of thousands of moments when you chose discipline over laziness, courage over fear, action over excuses. It is not a trophy, not a title, not applause. It is a way of life. It is the relentless pursuit of your highest potential. Ask yourself, when your time is over, will people say you lived a life of greatness, or will they say you lived safe, average, forgettable? You don't stumble into greatness. You build it brick by brick, habit by habit, day by day, and the truth is, greatness is not reserved for special people. It is available to anyone willing to outwork, outlast, and out-discipline the crowd. The question is not whether greatness exists. The question is whether you will choose it. Will you endure the sacrifices, the pain, the loneliness it demands? Will you commit yourself to the path when others quit? Because greatness is waiting, but only for those who are bold enough to claim it. Morning is the most powerful part of your day, the foundation upon which everything else is built. The way you start your morning decides whether you rise like a warrior or stumble like the rest of the world. Most people waste their mornings. They hit the snooze button, scroll their phones, fill their minds with noise and distraction before they've even taken their first breath of purpose. That is why they live lives of mediocrity, because they begin each day already defeated. A strong morning routine is not about comfort, it is about control. It's about taking charge of your time, your energy, your focus before the world tries to steal it from you. When you wake up with discipline, when you get out of bed the moment your alarm rings, when you push your body, feed your mind, and set your intentions, you've already won. You've already separated yourself from the crowd. A morning of discipline builds a day of dominance, and a day of dominance builds a life of greatness. Think of the morning as a weapon. If you sharpen it, it cuts through laziness, doubt, and weakness. But if you neglect it, it turns dull and you drag yourself through life unfocused, reactive, and weak. The early hours hold a silence, a stillness, a clarity that you cannot find once the world starts moving. Those hours are yours, and what you do with them will echo through everything you touch. Your bed may feel comfortable, but comfort is the enemy of progress. Every time you choose to stay in it, you are choosing weakness over strength, excuses over discipline. Winners know the battle begins the moment they open their eyes. They refuse to let the morning slip away because they understand that if you lose your morning, you lose your day, and if you lose your days, you lose your life. Morning is also a reminder that you've been given another chance. Not everyone woke up today, but you did. That means your mission isn't finished. You still have work to do, goals to chase, lives to impact. Don't insult the gift of a new day by wasting it in laziness. Honor it with action, discipline, and gratitude. So tomorrow, when your alarm rings, don't hesitate, don't negotiate, don't delay. Get up with fire. Move with purpose. Use your morning to build momentum so powerful that nothing can break it. Because greatness doesn't begin at noon, it begins the moment you open your eyes. And if you can win your mornings, you can win your life. And now, as we close this moment together, I want you to remember something. Life is not waiting for you. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back. You cannot rewind time. You cannot replay today. What you do with this moment, with this day, with this life, it all matters. Discipline will shape you. Pain will refine you. Your mornings will set the tone. Your pursuit of greatness will define you, and your legacy will be the story that remains when you are gone. But none of that happens tomorrow. It all begins today. Too many people waste their lives thinking they have more time. They push their dreams to someday. They drown in excuses, in comfort, in fear. But someday is a lie. All you truly have is this moment, right here, right now. So I challenge you, stop hiding from your potential. Stop waiting for permission. Stop making excuses. Rise every morning like your life depends on it, because it does. Treat each day as the gift it is and give it everything you have. Be the kind of person whose actions echo long after they're gone. One day, your heart will beat for the very last time. On that day, all your excuses will die with you, but your legacy will remain. Let it be a legacy of discipline, strength, courage, and greatness. So wake up, fight back, build your story, and when the world speaks your name long after you're gone, let it be said, you lived with fire, you lived with purpose, and you left this world better than you found it. That is greatness. That is your destiny, and it begins now.